Tiana Williams of Golden Eagle Television, GETv. This program is produced by Golden Eagle Television, but broadcasted with special thanks to the Housing Services. For the first episode, we will be introducing the various shows of GETv that we have produced, and we have plenty of things to come in the future. On the show, we actually have a few interviews with Vanessa, Osio, Jake Kulat, and Jane Song she's the president of Golden Eagle Television, actually. And we have upcoming shows like student interviews on campus, trivia game shows, a cooking show, traveling in LA. Like, there are plenty of things that we're going to be doing with the show. So first we have Vanessa, Osio. So come on the show, come on. Okay, so welcome, Vanessa. So give us the lowdown on what's going on with Vanessa on campus.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this quarter, CalState LA, they have food trucks on campus. The first one that's on campus, it's Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to I think it's like 2 or 3:30, and then the second one comes on campus at 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna try the food trucks. Each segment, it's gonna have one once a week, and I'm gonna try a food truck. They change every day, so I don't know whatever one I'm gonna try. I'll just try it, give it a food review, and just let you know what you think. The people that are trying it, I'm gonna interview them, let them review the food, let them know what they think. I'm also gonna try to get a hold of the chef that's on the truck and talk to them, and tell me what their most popular food item is, and order that one, and see what I think about the food.
Well, it seems like you got a lot you're gonna be covering with your show, traveling across campus, trying different foods.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Vanessa, for coming and letting the audience know all about your show and everything. So, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So, stay tuned for another interview with Jake Kulat, who is going to be talking about his outside adventures in Los Angeles for many college students who don't know what is out and around them. So, stay tuned right after these messages. Imagine
you're in an accident,
or someone you love
is on the operating table and needs more blood.
The hospital is low on the right blood type.
Most people have blood to spare, and it's so easy to donate.
You can save more than one life with just one donation.
Most don't think they'll ever need blood.
But life happens, and you never know.
On Thursday, January 29th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Housing Lounge.
Come to CalState LA Housing's blood drive.
Help save lives, because you never know when yours will need saving. Welcome back to the show. We have another special guest who is here to be interviewed. Welcome, Jake, to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm such a big fan. Oh, thank you.
Big
You
fan.
can finish my drink.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on?
Yeah, okay, so you have a travel show
Yes, I do.
about the hot spots in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm
And
just exploring different areas. LA is so vast that we got to separate it with all the different cities. So next week we have downtown LA, seeing all the areas there, and it'll be nice.
yeah, and so what is like the purpose of your show?
A lot of people, especially incoming freshmen here, they don't really know what LA has to offer. Like, I came here to LA a year and a half ago, and as soon as I got here, I wanted to explore everything and see it all. So even people from LA don't even know everything here. So we're breaking it up in different areas and showing everything there.
Okay,
The safe areas.
Oh, yeah, we probably should keep it G-rated. Okay, so on your next adventure, where is it that you're going to be going? Like
In downtown, we're gonna start, I don't wanna give away too much, but we're gonna start
Okay.
south at the Staples Center and make our way north, see all the parks,
all right.
all the places, all the bars and hot spots.
Okay, and then do you know why you chose that area?
Because it is a central hub for LA, even though it has a bad reputation in the last 6 years, it's really been building up. And it has a lot to offer for nightlife and for exploring, seeing the rich history, the financial area.
All right, well, thank you. That sounds like a very interesting show. I'm going to be watching that. Very interesting. Incoming freshmen don't know anything about LA, so I need to be watching that so I know what to do in LA. And as with the rest of the audience, make sure you stay tuned to watch this show. So thank you, Jake, for coming on the show and sitting for an interview.
Thanks for having me. It's so much fun.
There are many ways in which you can stay in contact and stay updated with Golden Eagle TV with our different social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even subscribing to us on YouTube at CSULA GETv. And you can also email us at csulagetv@gmail.com. And we're back on the show. So we already had 2 interviews and we have one last interview for you guys. The president of Golden Eagle TV, Jane Song. Welcome, Jane.
Hey guys.
It's an honor to meet you, Miss Song.
Thanks, Jake.
Hello, Mrs.
Hello.
President.
How are
Miss
you?
President. Oh wait.
Take a seat. Pop a squat, Jane.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks
so,
for having me.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
thank you for coming on the show.
No problem, anytime.
Okay, so I have a few questions for you regarding Golden Eagle TV. So, for those who don't know, what is Golden Eagle TV?
So we are Golden Eagle Television. We're the TV club here on campus, and we're a club where all students, not just TV film majors, but all students can get together to learn and just gain some experience and some hands-on experience of TV production.
All right, and so how did you get involved with Golden Eagle Television?
So I'm a transfer student, so when I first got here last year, I really wanted to join some kind of club to get involved on campus. And I walked around and saw Golden Eagle's table, so tabling is very important. And so signed up, got on the email listing, went to a meeting and thought it was a really cool club that they had and got on board and took off from there.
Okay, so most people don't know, but you are actually a business major, while a large amount of the Golden Eagle Television members are actually TVF majors.
They are.
So why did you go into Golden Eagle Television? Like, what do you see coming out of that for yourself?
So before school, I actually went to a different type of school for audio engineering, so I freelanced in sound for a little bit, and I really want to learn about post-production, and that's why I joined the TV club, because I want to learn more about that aspect. And since I'm a business management major, I want to gain some more experience on the management level, and just thought that would be a perfect match. So yeah,
That's good. Okay, well, just to wrap this little interview up, what would you suggest that students who are interested do in order to participate and become more involved in the club?
Definitely give us and send us an email at csulagetv@gmail.com. Definitely follow us on social media at csulagetv, and you can stop by the UT office and they have an application and flyers for us, and pretty much just through those ways you can get a hold of us.
All right, well, thanks, Jane.
No problem, thank you.
Jane, president of Golden Eagle TV. Okay, so before you guys go, make sure to help out and give blood at the up-and-coming blood drive for housing. It's January 29th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Phase 2 Lounge. And also, stay tuned for the first episode of the trivia game show and a cooking show that we are also producing. Well, thank you, Jane, for coming on the show and being interviewed.
No problem. Thank you.
Yes, that was very nice of you. Okay, so before you guys go, make sure you come to the housing lounge, Phase 2 Lounge, for a blood drive to help and donate blood. It's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the housing lounge on January 29th. And make sure you stay tuned for our first episode of the trivia game show and also a cooking show that GETv is also producing. So thank you guys for coming on the show and staying for the interview. Very nice of you guys.
Anytime.
Yeah, thanks, Tiana.
One time to the beat.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Osio from Golden Eagle Television. Today we are having a trivia contest with students around campus. What president is on the $100 bill?
Oh my god. Benjamin. No. Oh my god, I don't even know. What is it?
It's Benjamin Franklin.
Okay, it is Benjamin Franklin. Okay.
But he's not a president.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
What is the school's address?
51 State University.
Yeah. Does a merry-go-round turn clockwise or counterclockwise?
I believe. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'm wrong?
Yeah,
Really?
it turns counterclockwise.
Oh, wow.
What is sushi traditionally wrapped in? It's seaweed. Who was the first man on the moon?
It?
I forgot his name.
Armstrong.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Neil Armstrong.
With which sport was Michael Jordan associated with?
Basketball.
Yes.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Where are we?
What is the name of the library?
Oh. No.
Oh, John Memorial Lane. John Kennedy.
Good job. On the flag, what is the top stripe color?
Red?
Wait,
the
what
American
flag?
flag, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it red?
Yeah. What is the world's biggest island?
Australia?
Greenland.
Greenland, okay. That's something.
Which 90s boy band was Justin Timberlake a part of?
Oh, wait.
Backstreet Boys? No, it's NSYNC.
It's insane.
Don't want to know that you know that.
Welcome to housing. Oh hey, you guys are here. I'm happy. Angelino.and we're gonna be cooking today. Vegan style. What? You guys are already here? That's a good thing because I'm getting pretty hungry, so we should probably go to the kitchen. So here we are in the kitchen. First things first, gotta take off your watch. But wash your hands. With the dish stove. So today we're going to be making tempura. So I'm vegan, and most of the time when I used to make tempura, I use eggs. But I have a trick for you guys. So let's move on to the ingredients. First you need a cup and a half of flour, cornstarch, half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. And for the stuff that we're going to be frying today, we have asparagus, kombucha or Japanese pumpkin, green peppers, and broccoli. Easy stuff. You could eat these raw, so when you fry them, it doesn't really going to take that long. Yeah, now we're going to cut the vegetables. Pro tip, asparagus. Do this, and that's the hard stuff. You don't want to bite that. Use that as a guide when you're cutting all the other ones. You save some time, you know. Time is good. Cut that off. Minimally bite-sized, so cut the asparagus in half. There you go. And you're ready. Second thing we have, green peppers. Pretty good, easy. Cut the top off. Cut the end off. See, most people eat this stuff, but it's gonna be hard to fry, so save that for later for like a salad or something. You wanna get the seeds and the ribs out, like so. Cut this up like this. And now you can take off the rest of the ribs. And when you're cutting this, you kinda wanna have it the same size as the asparagus. Same length, not the same size. just so they cook roughly the same time. There you go. That's good. Now we're gonna go with the broccoli. Yeah. Don't want to eat the stem. Could probably cook it later. You're making vegetable broth, but I'm not gonna use that today, so just throw it away. Now I could just rip this apart, and that's what you do with the broccoli. Now the hardest thing to cut with a knife is a kombucha. Japanese pumpkin. This is like shit to cut. It's crap. But what you do, you cut the top off first. See, you need a really good knife for this. And then the bottoms. Yeah. You're not gonna eat that, but give this to someone you like. Looks like a flower. Save you a little bit of money. Cut this in half. Now we're gonna use the spoon to get all the seeds out. See, the best thing about this pumpkin is that even though it's hard to cut, it actually cooks really fast and it gets really soft. That's why it's really great for tempura, because you want to cook that stuff fast and then eat it right away. You do that. Lots of seeds. At this point, before I cut that up, I should probably preheat the pot with some oil. This one. Set it on medium-high heat. And I'm going to use cooking oil today. This is canola oil. You could use whatever you want, just don't use olive oil because olive oil has a lot of flavor in it already. That's going to affect the taste of your tempura. Fill this at least halfway, just so the vegetable gets submerged in that. There you go. It's a lot of fat. See, most people think vegans are healthy, but when you fry something up just so it tastes good, it's really not that healthy. There you go. Now we're going to continue cutting this while that heats up. Cut this around half an inch, quarter of an inch, any way you want it. Just as long as they're roughly the same size. Still hard. Still hard to do, but you're gonna have really good tempura after this. There you go. That's how you cut that. And we have some pre-cut from earlier, so I'm gonna show that to you guys next. So here's the stuff we cut up earlier. Wash it, drain it. When you add this, when you dip this in the batter, you kind of want it dry, just so the batter sticks in there, and we're gonna do the batter next. For the batter, we need a cup and a half of flour, baking powder, quarter of a teaspoon, pinch of salt, and cornstarch. The cornstarch would actually replace the egg that we're not going to be using, because people usually use eggs with tempura, but traditionally they didn't, so it works out. And at this point you could actually flavor your batter with like garlic powder, Mrs. Dash, that kind of stuff. Good thing. So we add all our dry ingredients with water. Usually with tempura you want to use cold water, right? Just so it crisps up better. But since we don't have cold water ready, we are going to use some ice. Just a cube of ice. It's not a shot. There you go. So we're gonna use chopsticks to do this. Easiest way to actually mix everything up if you don't have a whisk. So that's dry ingredients with water, and there's ice in there. There's ice in there hiding. Mix that up. Okay. That's how you mix this stuff. Try it out again. Get one of your sticks. Crop some in there. And that's what you want to see. You want to see the bubbling, quick bubbling. It rises up to the top. That means it's cooking. Start off with broccoli, right? So you dip it there, all of it. Get a good dip. Now you let it touch the oil. When you hear that sizzle, you let it go, just so it doesn't stick. So while we're waiting for that 2 to 3 minutes to cook, soften the broccoli up, make it good. We're gonna set up a plate with paper towels so it could drain some of the oil, because we don't want to eat all of that oil. So, plate, paper towel, good stuff. Show you guys at least one of each vegetable, how to fry them. Pretty self-explanatory. Let it touch, hear the sizzle, look at the bubbles, let go. Green peppers, these are my favorite. Green peppers, tempura green peppers are the best. And the kombucha, pumpkin, Japanese pumpkin. For these ones, probably 60 seconds to 90 seconds, and they'll cook up really fast. So if you cut all your vegetables beforehand, it's not going to take you more than 5 minutes a day to actually have good food. Most of the time I serve this with rice or quinoa. Quinoa has a lot of protein, so since we're getting all fiber and carbohydrates with this meal, it goes good with either brown rice, which has a little protein, or quinoa, which has like a lot of protein. It's pretty cheap. There you go, these are ready. Drain that. So, that's how you make this tempura vegetables. Okay.
Today I will be making stuffed chicken with couscous and kale salad. So what we have for the stuffed chicken is pesto and mozzarella for, stuffing. Then of course we have chicken. And for our kale salad we have some fresh kale, fresh out of the bag, soy sauce, lemon, a bit of garlic, and a bit of salt because we're going to make it transform. I'm not kidding. And some couscous that we're just going to make with instructions from the box with maybe a little garlic butter. So first, we're going to start off. We need to somehow get this to a 1/4 inch. So I have a meat hammer. I think that's what it's called. That's what it was labeled as. So I've covered it in plastic wrap so that we don't contaminate it, because chicken's not always the cleanest. And I have a cutting board with a plastic overlay, and hope I don't break anything. Here it goes. With our chicken, we're going to wash our hands. And you should be washing your hands often, especially dealing with raw meat and veggies. hygiene. So I have preheated my oven to 375, and I should have had some water boiling, but it's actually not. Ha. But the oven is probably very nearly done. So, moving back to the chicken, I've got some pesto sauce and some mozzarella. Now, two very easy ingredients. Not much you have to do with this, so I'd give it a little sprinkle of salt and pepper on the inside. Then get a spoon and you get a good sized spoonful of pesto. A little more if you like pesto like I do. And you just smooth that around on the inside because you're going to be rolling this up. That goes in the sink. Okay. And this, I prefer to use real cheese, not processed cheese-like product. If that sounds pretentious, it's because it is. Now, if I can open this, that'll be even better. Here we go. And you want to get a healthy sprinkle in there. I'm going to be stingy with the cheese. If you want a more low-cal type of situation, probably use less cheese. You know, up to you. So, next, you're going to take from one side and collect the bits that have kind of fallen when you pounded the chicken breast and just roll it over. And if it's not pretty, that's okay, because you're just gonna eat it. And we can potentially make it pretty later. Now, we've got some loose ends over here, not gonna lie. So, we're gonna wash our hands again. We're going to fix the situation a bit with some toothpicks. We're going to kind of just hold this whole situation together. Like sewing. We're going to transport this. Guess we have to turn it over and get this side first. It's okay. Sometimes your food falls apart. That's just life. Okay. Now we're going to transport this log of meat and cheese over to our baking pan. This one's non-stick, it doesn't need to be oiled. Wash our hands again. We're gonna pop it into a preheated oven, 375 degrees, until the juices run clear. Now that is different for every single oven. You might wanna start with like 15-20 minutes, check on it. Oh, before I forget, you want the outside to have flavor as well. So, give that a bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of oregano. Alright, we're gonna pop this into the oven and set a timer on our phone. 15 minutes. Okay, now we're going to move this out of the way. Now we're going to focus on the kale salad. Now, kale is a very trendy ingredient, blah, blah, blah. Everyone with their health and all of that. I am of the opinion, probably due to how I was raised, that kale is actually pretty good. I don't just eat it because it's the thing to do, but whether you are or you're not, whatever. So we're going to make this transform because even I can admit that kale is kind of tough. And I guess the PC term would be earthy. So what we're going to do is make it less tough and more palatable. So as you've seen, that I've put a bit of salt in it. Sea salt is best. If you don't have sea salt, kosher. If you don't have either of those, I guess you can use regular salt. I mean, I'm just going to arrest you. And you're going to take one hand or two hands, and you're just going to start to massage the kale. What it's actually doing, the salt and, you know, your hand pressure are actually breaking down like the proteins inside of it and like drawing out the water. We're gonna let that sit and chill for like 10 minutes. Get that off our fingers. In the meantime, we are going to make, well, we're gonna add to it the red onion, and we're gonna make our own dressing. Simple ingredients: soy sauce, lemon, and olive oil. So, take your onion, cut it however you want. I prefer slices, they're easier to manage. I think that will be sufficient for that amount of kale. And yeah, get a bag, save it, use it later. Okay. Now put that aside for a second. Scrape that aside. Going to make the dressing. Now, I just eyeball it how much you think you like. So I take some olive oil first. More olive oil than that. Then place a bit of lemon in there. Sometimes it goes everywhere. A bit of soy sauce. If you don't have soy sauce, you could use, you know, tamari or bragg, or just like a bit of salt. I'm going to get yet another spoon. Just looks something like that. And so that can chill for a second. And that brings us to couscous. Now, you've got a third of a cup in a fallen box. We've got a third of a cup going into about 2 cups of water, and you're just gonna pour it right in and reduce the heat. Now, put a lid on that, check on it in a little while, don't worry too much about it. Okay, so kind of botched the couscous. Different directions, different box, too much water. That's okay. You just kind of slowly take the water out, and it should still be nice and fluffy, like couscous is supposed to be. Alright, so our chicken is done. We're going to take the toothpicks out of it. And then you're going to take your knife that you've washed and sort of cut it into little medallions. And inside you'll have your cheese and your pesto. You're just going to keep doing that carefully because the cheese is still hot, so you're going to be sliding around. Again, that's okay. perfectly normal. Alright. You will have some ooze. It is unavoidable. I'm sorry. Alright. So, we've got our chicken medallions, and we've got couscous that I've plated. So, now we're going to come to the issue of plating. Is it important? I think it is. Presentation is half the meal. So, with your hands that you've washed, you're just going to arrange the chicken, make it look pretty around the couscous. And on top a little, because people seem to like tall food. I don't know why. Okay, we're just going to finish off the kale salad. Our kale has transformed. Just put a bit of the dressing in it. You can use a spoon, you can use a fork. I just use my hand, whatever. My hands are clean. Get a bit of that. Toss it around. If there's extra, it's fine. Just like sort of corral it over to the side so it's not super oily and greasy when you take it to plate. Now you want to be on the opposite side. See, it gives a nice pretty pop of color along with the nutrition. Alright, so that is stuffed chicken with couscous and kale salad.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Nestor Brooks, and I want to welcome you to Filmmakers in the Bar. Let's do this.
Hey, Rodriguez. Thomas Watkins.
Alberto Aguilar.
Mike Dave.
Coleman Curvin.
And can you tell us about your experience in TVF 301? How do you like the class in general?
It's been pretty good. I've learned a lot.
It's just fun. You get to like direct. You mess around with your own lights. You get to use the studio. Honestly, when you're doing these productions, you have to like break out of your shell or whatever you call it. Let's say out of your comfort zone.
What does an average day consist of?
Average day in 301.
It's crazy.
It's hands-on, and you get to find your niche of what you really like. You get to explore different areas of the production. People are running around trying to get the set decorated, trying to get actors situated, trying to make sure all the camera framing looks right. And it's pretty hectic.
What about relationships and just networking? How do you feel about these connections that you're establishing for the future?
Honestly, being here in LA, it's a great big place, and I'm just trying to meet as many people as I can because you don't know if we can meet the next Spike Lee or Tarantino in this class. And these are the people that I actually enjoy talking to.
Deal? Alright.
How was it working with the CalState director?
It's real fun. You know, it's a real good time, good energy around everywhere.
I agree. It's a great time.
Awesome.
Great students.
All right, I appreciate that. Anything you want, any shout outs that you want to give out to the camera? Anybody in particular?
Everybody watching. Our director, Matt.
Yeah.
Ultra cool.
Oh man, I just came back from a Sony Pictures workshop today, so the school does offer, you know, there's opportunity out there, and you just gotta search for it. You can't, it's not gonna always come to you. You gotta go look for it. I'm always looking at the boards to see if there's something going on, and then if it's something, I'm there.
All right, and are you excited to do this again?
Yeah, I'm excited to do it in the real world, not for a class. Get paid to do it, you know?
Ooh.
Get paid instead of paying myself.
Ambition, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call ambition.
I just say, you know, have fun with it.
Stick through it. It's a long process, but it all comes together in a matter of moments.
Work hard, follow your dreams.
It's definitely worth investing in these students because we are the filmmakers of tomorrow.
Just stay motivated and keep pushing towards your dream and get your dream out there, your vision, your creativity, and just turn up, man. Just turn up. The time is now. The time is now. TV at 301.